Before we dive into the flow strategy, let's just talk about general guidelines that you need to know before you start creating your strategy and your copy guidelines, your design guidelines, and before you start building everything in Klaviyo. First of all, the most important thing is to keep the goal in mind, whether it's building your strategy, building your flows, building an email, writing your copy. You need to make sure you're very clear on the goal of whatever it is that you are doing. And I'm talking about every flow, every email, every detail, or every block, every image or CTA in the email. So everything. I know we're used to having header image in every email, or maybe a cross-sell block with bestsellers, or maybe a free shipping banner. But when creating your new flow strategy, make sure to reconsider all of those and really look into whether little piece of the email will make sense. For example, I have a couple of emails for you. So both are abandoned cart emails. This is from a brand Nude, incredible brand. They're selling bra alternatives. This is what the brand had when I started working with them. And this is what I suggested to change it to. When we're thinking about the abandoned cart or abandoned checkout emails, we need to really have that goal in mind. Goal is to remind people to complete the checkout, right? Maybe help them handle all the objections and make sure that we help them to buy that products that we know they already want. So in this case, we really want to keep focus on the product that they have added to cart or abandoned in their checkout. We don't want to try to offer them something else. We don't want, a lot of extra images, a lot of other copy, right? We just really want to get across the idea of like, hey, we saved your cart, come back and complete your order. Also, what I really like to add in abandoned cart emails, especially for new customers, is some kind of review, some kind of social proof, and help handle any other objections that the customer might have. So the result is that when the customer opens an email, the first thing that they see is that product that they like and want already. And this is what we want it to be. Instead of them having to scroll until they get to the product that they added to cart. Okay, so this is guideline number one. Keep the goal in mind. Guideline number two, make your email marketing customer centric. This is both for flows and campaigns, but why it's especially important for flows is because with flows, we are really kind of like holding the hand of the customers when we are sending them the triggered flow emails. So we really want to make sure we are communicating to them directly about the needs that they have, the wants they have, desires and problems and anything like that. So the first part of this is making the copy about your customer, not about your brand. Customers don't care about your product, they care about what the product can do for them. So instead of selling the process, sell the outcome, right? And some of the examples here are gym membership you can be selling, or you can be selling a six pack, or skincare routine, or a healthy skin. I really like this page on LinkedIn, Daily Copywriting or Chase Diamond. They have so many tips for good copy. Have a look. And this, our new blades are 35% sharper, or shave your face easier with our new sharper razors. Same 5 GB of storage or 1,000 songs in your pockets. Sell the benefits, not the features. And to sum it all up, good copywriting is focused on customers. It is benefit oriented. It feels like a conversation because it is relevant and it really targets those pain points and needs and desires of the customer. And another part to it is when to send your flow emails. So also think about that. There are features in Klaviyo where you can delay certain flow email until a certain day. For example, maybe something is good for Sunday morning when they're drinking their coffee, right? Or maybe something in the evening where they check in their email before they go to bed. So really think about that. So this is guideline number two, make your email marketing customer centric. Next thing that I've noticed a lot of brands do is they prioritize campaigns over flows. While this is definitely subjective, I just want to share my point of view on this. I believe that flows are the ones that should have smart send off all the time, at least the foundational flows. And the reason for that is that flows are triggered by a specific action of the customer. That's why they most likely are more relevant. This way, you kind of meet your customers where they are at their at their journey with your brand instead of just randomly throwing new arrivals at them or, like any other campaign content that you might be sending them. That's why flows really can help you send the right message to the right person at the right time. And this is the most important rule in email marketing, is to be relevant. That's why I suggest Smart Send off for foundational flows and Smart Send on for all campaigns, unless they are a super, super urgent one, like Black Friday or an apology or anything like that. Or if you have a sale that runs all day, you want to send morning reminder and evening reminder, then yes, you'll have to set Smart Send off for campaigns if you want them to get that second message. So guideline number 3, prioritize your flows. Now let's talk about some other general guidelines for the email design and layout that you need to make sure to use in your email flows and campaigns. First of all, a very simple one, but I still see it missing in some brands, is having a clear CTA in all of your emails. Call to action button is the most important detail of your email because people need to know what exactly you want from them. So make it clear, make it stand out, make the eyes of your customers be drawn to the CTA button. And of course, don't forget to add a link to your button to make sure people can click on it and do exactly what you are asking them to do. Ideally, you want to have your call to action above the fold. Very often what I see is a huge header image and the CTA is somewhere below the header image and then below the copy, and it's all the way below the fold. You really want to keep your at least first CTA above the fold, which means that when you're looking mobile, you can already click on the CTA without having to scroll down all the way to the bottom of the email. Remember, people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter, so you really want the person you are talking to know what you want from them at that first sight, at that first look at your email. So make sure to include all of the important information above the fold. If it is a sale, it has to say all of the important information about the sale above the fold. If it is a new product, if it is a customer appreciation event, anything like that has to be above the fold so people can see it. And the header image should only be used if absolutely necessary. When it's necessary, when you're launching a new color, a new product, when you're highlighting some user-generated content, when you're highlighting some reviews maybe. So anything like that is when the header image actually tells a story about what's in the email. If it is just a random pretty image, it is not telling a story really. Make sure it is telling that story. The next thing is make sure to optimize for mobile. I will show you how to create blogs specifically for mobile and desktop, but make sure you keep that in mind that most of your customers probably check their emails on mobile, unlike us email marketers who actually checks it on desktops. We work on desktops and we design it from desktops, but make sure you do send yourself a preview, you check how it looks on mobile, how it looks on dark mode on mobile. There are ways to create different blogs that will display on mobile or on desktop versions. So make sure it looks pretty when you send it. Always send yourself a preview and always check it on mobile before you actually send the email. The next point is to choose text-based emails. When I say text-based, I mean that you're using drag and drop builder in Klaviyo instead of uploading the whole email image from Figma or whenever you are designing your emails. And the reason for that is that, first of all, they are better for your deliverability. Inbox providers prefer text-based or drag and drop emails. And the other reason, it is much easier to optimize text-based emails for dark mode than it is to optimize image-based emails. And that is especially relevant for emails where you are using some dynamic content. For example, you have a header image with the copy, and then below that you have a dynamic product block, and then you have a CTA, and then you have another image with something else, and it looks pretty weird on the dark mode on mobile. I use dark mode on my phone, and it does look weird that some emails that could have been really pretty look funny and kind of dirty on mobile. So to prevent that from happening, choose text-based emails and it will be much easier for you to optimize it. And another reason to use text-based emails is that you can use dynamic values such as your customer name, for example, or maybe the product that they viewed. You can actually insert it in the copy. If it's image-based, of course, you cannot insert any dynamic values in there. Next point is that stellar design doesn't equal conversions. That's good news, right? You don't really have to invest lots of money in design, even though everybody loves a beautiful email. What everybody loves even more is a targeted email. So instead of focusing on design, focus on the customer. Who is the person that you are talking to? What problems are they facing? What solution do you have for them? What did they benefit from before? What do they want to hear from you about their current relationship with your company? So deliver that right message to the right person at the right time. And you don't really need that stellar design as long as you are staying consistent with your brand, as long as you are setting relevant content. In the next lesson, I will share an article with myths and reality about email design, and you will find lots of interesting information there on how you can actually make simple designs that convert. The next point is that you need to stay on brand. So whether it's tone of voice, colors, format, fonts, anything that is relatable to your brand, make sure that you stay consistent and recognizable for your audience. That way they get used to your emails, they like your emails, and they get lots of value out of your emails. Last but not least, utilize lots of user-generated content. People trust other users, other customers more than they trust you. So make sure to leverage that knowledge. Make sure to include customer images, customer videos, reviews, success stories, anything that you're able to collect from your customers. Make sure to share lots and lots of that. I have run many A/B tests, and I can tell you that user-generated content does perform. So put some effort into really collecting those photos, those customer success stories from your customers. Now I want to show you a few email examples that I have here and to tell you what's good about those emails that I picked. They all are different from completely different brands, but there are quite a bit of similarities here. First of all, you will notice that all of the most important information is above the fold here, and you will notice that even though there are header images on some of those emails, they are used together with the text, and you can see that all of the most important information can be found on each of those emails. There is a clear CTA here, another CTA here. I would make it a little more clear, but they do communicate that important information. And I really like how here they are super secret, surprise state sale, right? Just for you. So they tried to make it personalized and interesting for me. Also, here we have it's actually a GIF here with a girl changing shoes. I really like, again, the CTA above the fold. They're saying that there is new sneakers, new running shoes available. I like this zigzag design showcasing, I guess, most popular, all of the new different shoes and how to use them, or like which occasions to use them for. In this email, again, no header image, straight to the most important information, straight to the CTA. There is a nice visual hierarchy where the eyes are actually drawn to the CTA button via this inverted pyramid. And I really like this abandoned cart email where they're handling objections right away. Don't overthink it, just try it. There is, money back guarantee. So like very important information right above the fold. And they're showing some products and then CTA and user generated content or reviews. So this is it about general guidelines. Check out the article that I attached to the next lecture. Lots of great tips on email design there. Keep it simple, keep it clean, make sure every detail is on purpose, utilize UGC, make sure to prioritize flows, make sure to A/B test, and really focus on your customer, and you will have a super successful email marketing strategy.